or anything else or any other plugs, let's do it, DJ. Why don't you
Let's
go
do
ahead
it.
and lead us off, because I know this first topic is something that really excites you. What do we got?
1 second.
Okay, 1 second. 1 second. Oh, what's he got? What's he got?
I've got
Okay, all
on
right.
my horned helmet. Here's the thing. Our first topic comes straight out of Middle Earth.
Okay.
And
Okay.
here's the deal. You have to be ready for battle in Middle Earth at any given moment. And so
Fair enough.
this is my plastic Viking helmet. But in the original animated Lord of the Rings movie, Boromir wears one of these guys. So
Okay.
I'm going to leave this on for the duration of this news piece. Okay.
Okay. Fair enough. Hey, that's fine.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
I thought you were about to say duration
No,
of
no,
the
no.
episode, which I'm here for, man. I'm here, but hey, it's up to you.
Maybe if we ever have some really hardcore Viking stuff to talk about, maybe.
Okay,
But
okay.
just today, I'm leaving it on for Lord of the Rings. So here we go. First off the list is Howard Shore, composer for the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit trilogies, is in talks to return to Middle Earth to compose once more. And I got to tell you, this is about the most exciting news that I've heard about this upcoming Amazon Lord of the Rings series. I mean, it's just, they've already had a few other people who worked on those two trilogies, or one or the other, jump in the pre-production side of things. And that alone is something to be excited about. But Howard Shore's music gives us so much, to the levity and this everything that Tolkien wrote, in his words, and also his son Christopher Tolkien, who took on the mantle after Tolkien passed back in the 70s. So with all that being said, Caleb, does this mean that the Amazon show will be connected to Peter Jackson's films?
100%. I mean,
100%.
I think there's been confirmation of that prior to this news.
Has there?
I think it's their goal, their end game with this show is that the final thing is, and you probably know the names of all of these things that I'm about to reference as things and stuff and whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that their end game goal with this prequel series is that first battle in Fellowship of the Ring. So it's literally going all the way up to the doorstep, if you will, as far as what opens up the Hobbit trilogy, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and everything. So with that said, I think we're definitely getting connections. But to kind of even further dive into that, when I hear Howard Shore coming in to score this series, in my opinion, that's a must. Like, this dude goes hand in hand with Lord of the Rings just as
100%.
much as John Williams goes with Star Wars. Here we are, we're a Star Wars show. I always talk about Star Wars whenever I can.
It's everywhere.
Right behind John, in my opinion, right behind John Williams, as far as making legendary tracks, score pieces, in my opinion, because Lord of the Rings' score is just so incredible, it's Howard Shore. So this is a home run as far as a decision, and I think it was a vital decision as far as, like you said, making these connections. As a viewer, someone watching the show is going to know, okay, this is all the same universe, sounds the same, looks the same, feels the same, and just that small detail of getting Howard Shore on board drives that home.
That's a good call, man. And, I'm honestly of the same opinion. I really do think that this could connect to Peter Jackson's films. Even though Peter Jackson has denied involvement, we still have other people like Alan Lee, who concept artist and renowned Tolkien artist, helping out with the pre-production. I believe it was Barry Osborne, one of the original producers for the first 3 Lord of the Rings films, is also connected with the project. However, he, I believe, exited the project sometime in the last year. So that's kind of, one of those things where if you're a hardcore Lord of the Rings fan and follower, you may have heard about that and may have caused, some rocky terrain of thinking, if you will. But, honestly, Howard Shore, I was listening to Lord of the Rings music on the way here, knowing that this was going to be our first topic, knowing that I'm listening to, specifically from the Fellowship of the Ring, the track that's called The Bridge of Khazad-dûm. And if you're all familiar, that's right up to the moment when Gandalf says, "You shall not pass," and then everything from there. So for me, Howard Shore he's right up there behind John Williams. I actually personally have Hans Zimmer right above Howard Shore.
Yeah.
But you know,
He's in the
they're
same
all.
party for sure.
Oh, absolutely. If the three of them ever got together and had a conversation, I mean, it would just be one of the coolest things you've ever heard in your life. So moving on to the second part of this.
Okay.
All right. Does this excite either one of us for the upcoming Lord of the Rings series more so than it already was?
For me, yes.
Yeah.
I was already pretty excited, and I guess for me, only because I'm not as connected to, and when I say not connected, I love Lord of the Rings, don't get me wrong, but I don't know as much detail as you do, DJ. So for me, the most exciting thing that I've heard about this show is how much money they're putting into it, because that means the production value, the looks, the feel is going to line up perfectly with those incredible films that we've gotten. But like I said earlier, just it's not really that small of a detail. This is a big decision. Your score in Lord of the Rings in that franchise is huge. So doing this, making it all connected, for me, yes, it did get me more excited. It did get me more excited for sure.
And it made me more excited just because I know that Howard Shore, I think, won 3 Academy Awards for either, I think specifically Lord of the Rings. I don't know about The Hobbit. But I was already amped about this, and I was already excited. I mean, I listen to Howard Shore's Lord of the Rings music on a regular basis. I mean, a lot of people, you know, I'm not an athlete anymore, but like, you know, if I was an athlete now, my pregame playlist would just be like movie scores, because those get me more hyped than most other songs out there. And Howard Shore's, you know, Bridge of Khazad-dûm, Theoden Rides Forth, the Battle of Pelennor Fields, all of those are like my top 3 Lord of the Rings tracks. Not to mention Concerning Hobbits. I mean, everybody knows that one from the pipe flute that's played there. And it's just such a cool piece of music and all the things. So tell us what you think about Howard Shore jumping on board with the Amazon TV series, what is about to become the most expensive TV show ever put into production, putting Game of Thrones in second place, which, you know, I throw that in there as a dig at you, Caleb, because I know how much you love Game of Thrones. But anyway, that's some exciting news. So let us know what you think. Comment below or tweet at us at Mando Talk or at Rebel Scum Texan to let us know what you feel about that.
Absolutely. Well, let's get to our next news piece. And admittedly,